Good afternoon, good evening, good day, good morning to some of you, wherever you're at in the world. Right now, we had the opportunity to talk to somebody who is internationally renowned. We have Lisa
Oh,
Simmons on, who is basically the head woman in charge for the Roxbury International Film Festival. So, guys, this is an opportunity, it's an honor, and it's a privilege because she's taking time out of her day on a day where it's basically the end of the festival. This is a time when she has a lot going on, so she's going to give us a couple of minutes of her time to talk a little bit about the festival. But before that, let's talk a little bit about her. Tell us a little bit about. See, people always want to get involved when you get online. They want to call me and tell you online. I see you live. Like, all right. But let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about you and what got you to the point where you wanted to do a festival and then continue to do it all these years.
sure. I run the Roxbury International Film Festival, have been with the festival for its duration, 27 years. I was actually an actress in Boston for about 20 years and really realized that I wasn't going to go out to LA. I wasn't going to go to New York. I was going to stay in Boston and trying to figure out how I could be the most impactful with media. And so I decided to move behind the camera and produced a couple of films, and then went to Emerson for my master's degree in film and media studies, and then started a company with a good friend of mine, Mike Trent, The Color of Film. And it was a year before the Roxbury Film Festival started. It was actually called the Dudley Film Festival in the beginning. And Act Roxbury, under Candelaria's leadership, and Elmer Freeman, who was the chairman of the board at the time, wanted to do a festival. And so they invited The Color of Film to be a part of that. So that's sort of how it came to be.
Okay. And then for you to continue building and designing and curating all of the things that you do, what made you want to stick with it?
You know what? I think it's the filmmakers and it's the audience and it's the community. I mean, it really is. Although it's an international festival, first and foremost, we really support local filmmakers, and that's really important to us. And I think that each year it is a big task. There's a lot to do. There's a lot that goes into what we create. And I think in the long run, hearing how people are impacted by the work that we present, I think is our, that's like our biggest happiness, right? That people connect with the work and they see themselves in the media, because they don't, mainstream media doesn't portray the whole of who we are in this world. Oftentimes it's a monolith. And so, we're very much of the idea and the school that we are not, and there are so many more aspects to people of color, um, that we want to help support those visions.
And in supporting those visions, you're generating all these opportunities for people to see their work. Now you went from Dudley, Roxbury, you're international now. How does that feel when somebody from overseas comes and submits something for you guys to review and for it to be a part of the festival?
I mean, it's great. I mean, I think, it's true. Like, it's really important to have the local filmmakers, but it's just as important to have people all over the country and all over the world to connect with these filmmakers. I think, Boston has such a reputation still of being, a racist city and busing, and that's people's history of Boston. And so I feel like, of the Rox Film team, like bringing filmmakers in here from other parts of the world and other parts of the country and have them understand and see what Boston has to offer is really important. And this year we partnered with Colin at Live Like a Local in Roxbury and had filmmakers who are from out of town go on that tour so they could understand why we're called the Roxbury International Film Festival. They got a great history lesson on Roxbury and the Black community.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, in the work that you do, you have so many people that are a part of your team. You look at the list, it's about 20 of you guys. Now, when you were putting all
Right.
of these people together, what did they hear a bell and they came running, or you went and solicited some people you thought would be great for it? How would somebody or could somebody
No, I mean,
be a part of
people,
your film crew?
people, yeah, I mean, people have volunteered over the years. Some have been with us for 15, 18 years. So, I think that people who love film, I think people who see our mission and that, we're very community driven, I think draws people to come and volunteer. So, I mean, people's positions evolve over time, and they stay with the festival, and most of the staff, um, have been with us for a good amount of time.
All right. Now, if I was one of those people, what way can I connect with you? Tell them about the website, the Rox Film Fest. How do they get involved in that side of just wanting to be involved?
I mean, I think that that's the best way is the roxfilmfest.com website. I mean, you should also sign up for our newsletter because we do things throughout the whole year. It's not just in June. We run a bunch of different film series programs in the fall and in the spring. So that's, I think, the best way to keep up with what we're doing.
Now, do you have during these times, during the summer, the different months of the year, you can bring in other production companies like O Network or something like that for people to get involved? What are some of your greatest moments over these years that you brought some people in or somebody in, or you made something happen through this network that you have and you brought it to Boston?
I mean, I feel like it happens every year that people connect at Rocks in a way that they wouldn't necessarily connect at other festivals. We're very open. There's no hierarchy. Everyone gets invited to everything because that's the best way to network. I mean, I think like having like Ruby D, one year was pretty special, and Billy D. Williams was, very special too. The younger crowd might not know him, but might know him from Lando Calrissian in
Yeah,
Star Wars. So,
yeah.
we've had some really heavy hitters, and we've had some just great filmmakers.
Wow. And you've been impressed by, I would have been impressed by Miss Ruby D just being in the
Oh
building.
my gosh,
That's like the royalty of black culture. And
exactly.
one of the things that we are want to talk about is the Film Festival 2025 that's currently going on. Uh, Tell them how to get involved tonight before it's all over.
So tonight is the last night of the film festival.
Yes.
And we are at the Museum of Fine Arts. We have two sets of screenings. We have one at 4:30 that goes till about 7, and then we close with a documentary about Little Brother uh, called May the Lord Watch, and they will be there to do a Q&A conversation with Dart Adams. And then there's a BAMS Fest, because it's part of we're working with BAMS Fest. They open tomorrow and we close tonight, so we're working together. And there's a joint party at Artists for Humanities to celebrate the closing of Rocks and the opening of BAMS.
Wow. And all of that's happening tonight.
It's all happening tonight.
I'm glad you gave us
So go there, go do your roller skate thing, and then come over to the MFA.
I got invited to a gospel networking thing at the DeWitt Center tonight. So I'll be,
Oh, and it's also the dance on a summer dance party.
yeah, yes, that too. I'll be I'll be somewhere around all of that tonight. So yes, it's great that you guys are putting this on. Tell them the name of the site again, how to connect with you guys, and to be a part of what they might see tonight. What is the location?
So yes, so the site is roxfilmfest.com, and you will see a number of local filmmakers tonight at the 4:30 slot at the museum, and then the 7:30 p.m. slot, which is the closing night film.
All right, and everything is at the Museum of Fine Arts tonight, and that's Huntington Avenue, correct? All right. So
Correct.
we are going to let her go. We are glad we got this amount of time with her. Do you see and hear her schedule for the end of the day? Man, thank you, Lise, for being a part of what we got going on here. And you have a wonderful day. And tell your sister, everybody, tell them I said what's up. And hopefully we'll see you around again
I
soon.
will.
All right. Have a great day.
Yes. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you.
No doubt. We out. Have a great one.